The Niners defensive line is the heart and soul of the San Francisco roster. And while the Niners built this defensive line through heavy investments, there's also been a ton of underrated guys who have performed extremely well in this defense, including guys like Kerry Hyder, Samson Ebukam, and even Charles Omenihu. The Niners upgraded this defensive line with the addition of Javon Hargrave this offseason, as well as bringing in a couple of guys through the draft and undrafted free agency. But a guy I really think is not getting talked about enough is the 49ers defensive lineman they picked up from North Dakota State University in Spencer Waege. But before we speak about Waege, we need to speak about the fit between Waege and the 49ers defensive line coach Kris Kocurek. Kocurek has been able to get the most out of guys and get guys paid for years. Examples include Samson Ebukam, Charles Omenihu, Kerry Hyder. The list will go on and on. He's a phenomenal coach who truly gives his all to his craft. And Spencer Waege fits a phenomenal build for what you want in your defensive lineman, especially on the interior. Let me go over some of his measurables. Spencer Waege is 6'5", 295 pounds. He ran his 40-yard dash in 4.91 seconds, and this is what I really want to talk about. His 10-yard split. He ran this in 1.66 seconds. That's the same as 49ers edge rusher Aldon Smith. It's also quicker than the 49ers current defensive tackle they signed this offseason in Javon Hargrave. He ran his in 1.69 seconds. So now that we understand Waege as an athlete a little bit better, let's examine Wage's football career up to this point. He went to Watertown High School where he played defensive end, and across his career there, he had 104 tackles, 10.5 sacks, 4 punt blocks, 1 fumble recovery, 1 interception, and 2 touchdowns. Coming out of high school, Waege decided to go to NDSU, and he played there from 2017 all the way to 2022. There was a major injury in 2021 where he did sustain a torn ACL, but his best season came the following year in 2022. Let's go over his college stats. During Wage's college career, he played in a total of 57 games, amassing 138 tackles, 42 for loss, and 20.5 sacks, with his best year coming in 2022 where he had 9 sacks. Waege coming into the NFL draft had some positives as well as negatives like many young players. His positives definitely were his skill set as well as him just dominating his level of competition routinely, but the negatives were he didn't play against the best level of competition and he definitely needed to refine his technique too. Despite all Wage's great film he put up in college, as well as his raw athletic ability, no one decided to pick him up. But this works out for the 49ers, who were able to sell him on the idea of working with the best defensive line coach in the entire league in Kris Kocurek. So while success isn't guaranteed in the NFL, I do want to go over how I think Waege will fit in with the Niners well and be successful long term. The first great thing for Waege is he doesn't actually need to play right away. This means Kris Kocurek will be able to dial in his pass rushing technique as well as getting him up to speed on how to stop NFL runs. And once he's up to speed, Waege will find himself in a rotation where he'll continue to get better while not becoming overwhelmed. So far in an NFL field, Waege has also looked the part, looking extremely athletic and showing off his burst at times, suggesting all of his college film and everything up to this point may carry over to the NFL. And this is exactly what the NFL feared, giving the best defensive lineman one of the best defensive athletic prospects in the entire class for free. I don't know how the Niners are able to really find these players and hone in on them, but whoever's in charge of the Niners scouting department really deserves a huge raise. But these are just my thoughts on the 49ers QB killer Spencer Waege, and I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. It would also mean a ton if you guys liked and subscribed. Thank you guys so much for watching.